The fans are back, the band is back, and Lane Tech boys basketball is back. Welcome to the 2021 Lane Tech Green and Gold game. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Alex Burstein, live inside an electric Lane Gymnasium. It's so great to be back with fans. Last time we had a crowd like this, March of 2020, for those regional games hosted here against Oak Park, River Forest, and Simeon. But all of last season, no fans. We've got the band back. Never felt better to have the music blasting in my ears right next to us, and we're just ready for a fun night of basketball. Inter-squad scrimmage, for those of you not familiar with the green and gold game, it'll be Team White versus Team Green tonight. And this is just really the final tune-up for Lane Tech before they start a gauntlet of a schedule, kicking off with the 2021 Battle of the Bridge tournament, co-hosted with the Paul College Prep, which gets underway next week. Standing up here, I can tell you the ground literally feels like it's shaking from the music up here. Just really glad to have everyone back here. Last season, Lane Tech played, I believe it was 9 games. They went out with a 3-6 record, 2-5 in conference. Shortened season, just about a month. Just got their seniors some final playing time, and they were able to develop a couple of juniors who we'll be talking about in just a couple of seconds. And as the clock clicks to about 8:20, we'll get you your starting, not your starting lineups, but who's going to be representing Lane Tech basketball this year. Kicking it off with the green team tonight. Number 2, Jack Shore, the junior, entering his second year on varsity. He'll be getting things going for the green team, along with number 3, Joseph Corona, a senior guard who we're not sure if he'll be starting this year or right off the bench, but he'll be a good player for this Lane Tech team in his second year on varsity as well. Number 5, Ethan Grunebaum, senior point guard, possibly the best player on this team, definitely up there. Him and Sean Malloy, the starting backcourt this year. We'll have more on Malloy in just a little bit, but they are going to be potent. They are going to be a really good backcourt. It'll be great to see those two gel this season. Number 10, A.J. Zanders, a senior in his second year on varsity. Watching him in practice this week, he's really developed his shot. Possibly a shot specialist, you could call him. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do tonight. Number 15, Parker Springer, the 6'3" senior forward, in his second year on varsity, will be playing for the green team tonight. Number 20, Lorenzo Aquino, probably the shortest player on this team, but don't underestimate him. The ball handles on this kid really, really great. It'll be interesting to see if he gets minutes, what he can do with the ball. Then we have number 22, Shahid Solibo, the only sophomore on this team, but he has more minutes than a lot of guys on this team. He was on varsity last year as a freshman, had a great AAU summer. Really exciting to see what Solibo has up his sleeves this year and the next 2 years with Lane Tech. And then rounding out the roster for the green team will be number 32, Omar Abushalumpa, a junior. One of the taller guys on this team, was one of the star players for the junior varsity squad last year, and he wraps up the green team. Green team will be coached by Matt Villanueva, one of the varsity assistant coaches tonight. Now as we head to the white team, coached by Lloyd Walker, one of the varsity assistant coaches as well. Head coach Nick Lagallo is not going to be coaching tonight. Takes a more laid-back approach, just have some fun. He'll be announcing part of the game tonight on the PA address announce system, but leaves the coaching to the assistants. But anyways, as we get into the white team, it's going to be number 1, Sean Malloy, who we mentioned just a little while ago, coming in around 6'2", 6'3". This is his 3rd year on varsity. Was a shooter his sophomore year, had a couple 5, 6, 7-point games. Really took on an expanded role last year, and this year, him and Ethan Grunebaum, as we said, are going to make up a dangerous backcourt for Lane Tech. Next up on the white team is going to be number 11, Carson Spencer, a junior guard. We saw him running reps from the 1 in practice this week. It'll be interesting to see what he does coming up from the junior varsity team. Number 12, Hayden Matthews, a senior, did not play last year. Played on the AAU circuit this summer and now back with varsity for Lane Tech. He'll be in white tonight. Number 13, Will Rosenkrantz, possibly the most improved player from last season. Well, I don't know if we can say most improved, but we did not see him play a lot. believe he had some injury issues, just didn't get many minutes last year for the Lane Tech team. And now we expect him to have a bigger role this season in his senior year. Next up, we have number 21, Tommy Stone. Not sure if he's going to be playing tonight, but another junior on that Lane Tech boys basketball team. It's somewhat evenly mixed between juniors and seniors this year, and then a sophomore in Shahid Solibo, who we already talked about. Next up, we have number 23, Stephen Gooden, a senior. We did not see him play a lot last year, but he had a great green and gold game last year, and it'll be interesting to see if he can repeat that performance tonight and heading in to the actual regular season. Rounding out the white team roster is going to be two bigs. Number 24, Lucas Basil, a senior returning to varsity. However, as we said, he did not have much playing time last year. It'll be interesting to see how he switches that up next year, if he gets any more minutes. And then finally going to be number 35, Giuliano DeFranco, the 6'5" junior forward. Had a nice summer, came up from junior varsity, was on junior varsity last year, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do with this Lane Tech roster this year. 3:30 on the clock before we get going between the Lane Tech green and Lane Tech white team. Girls played before this, and the boys and the boys sophomore team versus junior varsity team going to be playing right after this. We won't have the call for that one, but just an exciting night of hoops here at Lane Tech. And this really is just the intro into what is going to be a busy but exciting season for Lane Tech. It's a really guard-heavy field team. We're not sure how they're going to match up with competition yet this year, but they'll definitely be facing some competition. Next week, they start the season 4 games in 5 days. We'll get you some more on those throughout the broadcast, but they kick things off against a Jones team that you can never count out. Last year, they played Jones. It was a 1-point game. Opening season win for Lane Tech, but 40-39. It was low scoring, but Jones can hold with Lane Tech, so that will be an interesting season opener. They play Englewood STEM on Tuesday. That's a 5 p.m. tip. Another interesting team. It's a newer school, only in its 3rd year of existence. A couple other schools combined to make it, but they have a first-year head coach who's really excited about this program. Talked with him a few days ago, and that's going to be an interesting game. Then Wednesday, they face Niles Notre Dame, who, just with the name, you know that's going to be a tough game. They did lose a lot of D1 talent, but you can never count Niles Notre Dame out. And then on Friday, they'll face an opponent to be determined. That's either going to be against Lakeview, DePaul College Prep, Niles North, or Legal Prep, and time and location is to be determined for that game. But looks about we are just ready to go. We'll have player introductions from Coach Legalbo. Not sure if our mic will reach that far, but we'll try to send it over to him, and then we'll be ready for some basketball action. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching Lane Tech basketball. We're just going to announce the players as they come in because Mike a little fuzzy from down there, but a couple players already announced. And we're just ready for a great season. AJ Zanders coming in there. Players throwing out some shirts as they come in. We have your starting lineups that we'll get to after this, but there comes Hayden Matthews, a senior for this Lane Tech team, coming through the tunnel. There's Jack Shore, a second-year junior on this team. Expect some good stuff from him this year. Stephen Goonan, a senior, second year on varsity. And he gets a starting nod tonight for one of the teams. Here comes Parker Springer, number 15. Expect some more minutes from him this year. Was a lot on the bench last year. Here comes Lucas Basil, number 34. One of the bigs on this team, and this is a team that lacks bigs, so expect a lot from him this year. Lorenzo Aquino, we go from one of the bigs to one of the smalls. Probably going to take on a point guard role some point this season. Really impressive stuff from him. Giuliano DiFranco, junior, 6'5" forward, comes through the tunnel for Lane Tech. Here comes Omar Bushalunfa, number 32 for the green team tonight. Junior, first year on varsity. Carson Spencer, a junior in his first year on varsity, was a JV player last year for Lane Tech. He'll be repping the white team tonight. Here comes Shahid Solibo, the star sophomore for this Lane Tech team, second year on varsity. Looks like he'll be a 4-year varsity player. That is your Lane Tech squad, and coaches coming through the middle. But there it is, your 15 guys, one missing tonight, but those are who is going to be repping Lane Tech basketball this year. Exciting time for Lane Tech. They lost some height last year, really a lot of question marks heading into this year, but it will be interesting to see how they're able to adapt to that and get ready to go. And it looks like we're going to get right into it. Not sure if we're doing the national anthem tonight. We will get you your starting lineups for each team. Starting off with the green team, it's going to be number 2, Jack Shore. Number 5, Ethan Grunebaum. Number 10, AJ Zanders. Number 15, Parker Springer. And number 22, Shahid Solibo. As for the white team, and you can see it just on the left side of the camera right now, it'll be number 1, Sean Malloy. Number 12, Hayden Matthews. Number 13, Will Rosenkrantz. Number 23, Stephen Goonan. And number 24, Lucas Basil. We'll be back in just a second for tip-off. And we're ready to go here at Lane Tech. Not sure who's going to be taking the opening tip. My guess is Lucas Basil and maybe Shahid Solibo for green, but we'll see that in just a second. 8 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to go here at Lane Tech for the green and gold game. Final tune-up, really, for Lane Tech before they start Battle of the Bridge play next week. White team in their all-white uniforms, green team in all green, per usual. White with the green trimmings, green with the gold trimmings. And it is going to be Basil and Springer in the circle, actually, to start things off here for the green and gold game. Or it looked like it was going to be that. Oh, no, they're going to put Ethan Grunebaum in the center. Point guard taking the tip. It's a scrimmage, so really anything goes. And it is going to be Hayden Matthews versus Ethan Grunebaum to start things off here. And we're ready for some basketball. First tip of the year, won by green, and that's going to sail all the way out of bounds. And Goonan tried to save it. I'm not sure why. I think it was going to be white ball, but now it'll be green possession to get things going, and we're underway here at Lane Tech for the 2021 green and gold game. Grunebaum, who we expect to be in a point guard 1 situation, gets things going. Springer blocked down low by Basil to get things going here. And we said we might see a more expanded roles from those two this year. They bring some height to this roster, and seen that early on. Soar trying to get it in, gets it out to Zanders. Give and go, gets it back and gets it to go. First 2 points of the day go to AJ Zanders, and a 2-0 lead for green early on here tonight. Sean Malloy, who we're probably going to play more of a shooting guard role. Brings it up for Lane, gets it to Hayden Matthews here on the near side. Malloy back with it, top the key. Driving, right-hand side. He's going to get called for a travel. And the green team will get the ball back up 2-0. 7:18 to go in the first quarter of action. Full game today, 4 8-minute quarters, halftime, all that jazz. As Zanders gets the ball once again here. He's going to pull up from just past the free throw line. No good. We saw him practice. He really likes to shoot, so we'll see if that continues in the game today. Already taken 2 shots. On the other hand side, Rosenkrantz misses a short 2, and Solibo, so one of the bigger guys on the team, brings it up. Far side pass to Springer. He's going to slow things down, get it back to Grunebaum, who just barely got it over Rosenkrantz. Now Zanders pulls for 3, his 3rd shot a day. No good. He'll go 1 for 3 from the field to start the day. He has the only 2 points of tonight's contest so far. Goonan driving, left-hand side, loses the ball. Malloy's going to get it. Now top the key to Rosenkrantz for 3, no good. That'll be rebounded by Soar, and Green with a chance to extend their lead early here. Apologies for the camera quality, folks. I know it's not the best. We had a solution, got messed up. We'll try to have that for next week's green and gold game as Zanders takes another shot, misses it. Be interesting to see if he keeps this going through the regular season. He's taken, I think, all of the shots for green team so far tonight. Down low they get to Rosenkrantz, goes up for 2, no good. I think he wanted the foul there, won't get it. Now pushing the pace on the other side, Springer gets it. Tries to throw it out to Solibo, but Springer went out of bounds first, and ball will go back to the white team. A lot of back and forth to get things going here at Lane Sack. 5:40 to go in the first quarter of action, and Malloy will bring it up for White. Rosenkrantz far side with it. He's gotten the ball a lot tonight, and here's a steal from Solibo, loses it, but Zanders will get it. Behind the back pass, Solibo for 3, no good. Some rusty shooting early on here from Lane Sack in practice this week. We saw some off and on shots as Matthews pulls for 3 and gets it. First 3 of the year goes to Hayden Matthews, the senior who did not play last year. Gets on varsity for his senior season, and a 3-2 White lead here early on. Solibo working down low, gets it to Soar. For 3, he tries back in his face, can't get it. And White will get the ball back. Matthews pulls for 3, his 2nd in a row, 6-2. The lead for Green and Hayden Matthews. We were not sure what to expect after he didn't play high school last year. And he has a hot hand, 6'2", 6 points all for him to start off the game tonight. Down low, Zanders can't get it, and Green will get the ball back early on. Green as the home team on the scoreboard tonight as Malloy brings the ball up the court. Solibo, we were not sure if he was going to play tonight, but he is. He's in the starting lineup. And a nice early matchup with Malloy here. Malloy drives to his left-hand side and gets it out to Matthews. Back to Malloy, that bad pass. Basil pulls for 3, and he's going to miss it. They're going to call a pushing foul on, I believe, Solibo, and that should be 3 free throws for Basil. It will be. Oh, excuse me, it's going to be White in as the home team. They're up 6-2 tonight. My apologies, folks. As Basil heads to the line. 6 points for Matthews early on tonight, 2 for Zanders as Basil makes the first free throw. 2 subs in the game now for the green team. That's going to be Omar Abushalanfa and Lorenzo Aquino coming in for Solibo and Zanders. Basil becomes the 2nd scorer today for the white team. As the 2 juniors enter the game for Green. 2nd free throw, no good for Basil, but he got fouled on a 3, so he'll get 1 more. 7-2, 5-point lead for White. 3rd free throw gets in there good. Now a 6-point lead for Lane, and Excuse me, not for Lane, for white team, and Grunenbaum will bring things up. Far side gets it to Soar, screened by Bushalunfa. Now to Okino, he pulls for three, gets it! The junior comes in and makes an immediate impact, cutting the lead to 3, and White hurries up their offense on the other side. Malloy, top the key, gets it to Rosenkrantz. No subs yet for White. Far side, Basil drives. We see a lot more mobile from him this season. As Grunenbaum gets the steal. Nice handles there for him. He's going to drive in, go up for 2, and they're going to call a foul. Last year, as we were talking about pregame, Grunenbaum really just used, they're going to call a blocking foul. But as we were saying, Grunenbaum really just used for that 3 ball. We can see a lot more from driving likely from him this year. Got a lot of strength of the offseason, had a strong AAU campaign, and good to see what he can do this year. White gets the ball back up by 3, 8-5, 3:14 to go here in the first quarter of action. Carson Spencer and Giuliano DiFranco now in the game for White. So I think that might be everyone who's playing tonight in the game so far. Oh, Joseph Perone has not gone in for Green, but most of the players who we'll see tonight have gone on the court so far, as Spencer pulls for 3, misses it. All the juniors getting close to making threes early on tonight, as Aquino, nice pass to Soar down low, gets it to go. And Green cuts it to a 1-point game, 8-7, 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us. Alex Burstein on the call here from Lane Gymnasium. Pretty nice crowd out here. Not as big as 2 years ago when it was the homecoming game, but pretty nice crowd on hand. In the corner, Basil gets it, goes up for 2 and 1. He's up to 4 points tonight. Will look to make it 5 with this one. Impressive stuff from him. A lot of time in practice this week was devoted to just working on that perimeter play for Lane Tech, and we see Basil, a big, just taking it from the outside, driving in, gets fouled, and that's going to be a key for Lane Tech this year. He misses his free throw shot, but still a 3-point lead for White. Grunenbaum with the ball, and that's going to be taken by Malloy. A lot of steals in tonight's matchup. Everyone knows each other's strengths and weaknesses, though, as Spencer pulls for 3, no good, rebounded by Soar for Lane Tech. We saw him have a very nice shot in practice this week, as Grunenbaum pulls from the free throw line, no good. DiFranco gets it back. Malloy, top the key, out to Matthews. Third 3 of the game is good. A senior with a hot hand, and it is 13-7, 6-point lead for White team once again. And wow, I'll be honest, I did not know what to expect from Matthews heading into tonight's contest, but he's showing he is dangerous from 3. Jack Soar tries to get one back, misses it, and goes out of bounds off of the green team, so we'll keep it at a 6-point lead, and White will have a chance to grow on that. Spencer, who, as we said in the pregame, took some reps from the 1 in practice this week, is now taking on that 1 role, even with Malloy in the game. This game really just to test out where the players can play in a real game type scenario, as Malloy gets the short 2 to go, his first 2 of the night. 15-7 the lead for White now, and they're rolling as Grunenbaum takes it on the far side. Aquino, top the key. As we said, what he lacks in size, he makes up for it with ball handling, as Springer gets blocked by Basil. Second of those tonight. And they're going to call a jump ball. Possession goes towards White. Impressive stuff there from Basil early on. He's fighting for his minutes and making a good case for why he should be playing it next week in that prestigious Battle of the Bridge tournament. Spencer to Malloy. Malloy really probably will be playing more of a shooting guard position, as Matthews misses a 3 this year, so it makes sense for the coaches to be playing with him at the 2 right now and Spencer at the 1. As Grunenbaum slows things down, 18 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if Lane Tech holds. Spencer, tight defense here. Grunenbaum gets it to Bushalunfa. Out to Springer. Springer for three. No good. Rebounded by Soar down low. He gives it to Springer. That's taken. Malloy with it. Pulls from half court. No good. Tries to put back, but it'll be after the clock has expired, and that will bring us to the end of the first period of action. 15-7 the score. Hayden Matthews, the star so far tonight, 9 points for the white team. They have an 8-point lead as we head to the second quarter of action. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching Lane Tech Basketball on the Lane Tech Athletics YouTube channel. Quarter two just about set to get underway. You're 5 on the court for both teams right now. It's going to be Xanders, Perona coming into the game. Abushalumfa, Salibo, and Aquino for Green. DeFranco, Spencer, Rosenkrantz, and missing the two others, but a jump ball there taken by White. So now we'll go over it. DeFranco, Spencer, Rosenkrantz, Goonan, and Matthews on the court now for White. Far corner, they get to Carson, who, bad pass. That's going to be a backcourt violation. No, taken by Green instead. And now Joseph Perona gained his first minute in this scrimmage. Drives on the right-hand side. He's really fighting for that fifth or sixth man spot, as another three from Lorenzo Aquino is good. His second of the game. He's up to 6 points. And White will get things back now with just a 6-point lead. So threes have been the story of the game so far for Lane Tech. As down low, the two by Spencer, no good. Jump ball going to be called. I believe that is Green possession. But yeah, as we were saying, 5 threes combined so far from Hayden Matthews and Lorenzo Aquino. And in the Red Northwest, it's a really three-point heavy, especially for Lane Tech, as Salibo misses a three. But the three ball is really important as Perona goes up, gets fouled. And he'll take 2 free throw shots as he looks to get his first points of this scrimmage. But as we were saying, Lane Tech really looks to get about 8 to 10 threes a game, like Galba was saying on a podcast earlier this summer. It's just really important with they're often playing bigger teams with such a competitive schedule they play. So it's really important for them to get those three balls. As Perona going to go up for the free throw. Second one is good. And now a 15-11 lead for the white team. Their lead slowly dwindling with 6:30 to go in the first half. Long pass to Rosenkrantz. He pulls for three. No good. And that will be taken by Perona. Quick action here from Saliba, who dunks it in. A dunk from the sophomore. Just talking about earlier, I was not sure if he could get up there and dunk or not. And he surely can. 15-13, now just a 2-point game. DeFranco misses the quick three on the other side. Now Perona with it. He's going to alley-oop it to Salibo, who tries to get the lay-in. He can't. Lane Tech Green team playing a quick-paced offense right now. On the other hand side, Goonan gets fouled going up for 2. And it's going to be a 2-point lead, hoping to grow upon that for Stephen Goonan and the white team. Goonan, a 2-sport athlete, also playing on the Lane Tech football team, but probably going to play more for basketball than he did for football. As takes his first free throw, no good off the back of the rim. 6 minutes exactly on the clock. 2-point lead for the white team. Thanks for joining us. Alex Burstein on the call here from Lane Gymnasium. Second shot is good for the senior, and lead goes up to 3. Aquino, guarded by Spencer. That's going to be almost stolen by Rosenkrantz. Tips it right out of bounds, but it'll stay Green possession. 5:50 to go here in the half. Sanders gets it out to Perona. Perona crosses half court. Tries to get past Malloy. He's going to get in the corner now. Bishalumfa tries to dish it off to Perona down low. White gets it back. Long pass to Spencer. That's going to kind of slow their motion. Now Malloy will get it by the logo, and Perona with that forward motion fouls his teammate, and that will be the first foul on the night for Joseph Perona, 4th on the night for the Green team. No one in bonus quite yet. Only 1 foul for White as Perona gets the steal, goes up for 2. He's going to get fouled on the other end, and just as I say that, White picks up their 2nd foul. That will be Giuliano DiFranco. PA announcer has 1 more foul called than the scoreboard shows, so it's either 2 and 5, or 2 and 4, or 3 and 5. As Perona misses his first free throw of the day. He's 2 for 3 now from the line. 16-13 the score. 5:28 to go. Second free throw on its way. No good. He goes 0 for 2 after a nice trip to the line his first time. And Rosenkrantz pulls for 3, no good, so Lebo gets it back. So Lebo had that dunk. That's probably the most electric play, or Hayden Matthews' threes so far tonight, as Salibo takes DeFranco to the basket, no good. Tries to get the rebound against Spencer, is going to get fouled instead. And White will keep the basketball. So yeah, it looks like Spencer is going to stay in that 1 role. It'll be interesting to see. There's a lot of guards on this team, as we mentioned. A lot of guys capable of playing at that 1 position. Spencer, Aquino, who's guarding him right now. Grunebaum's kind of locked up that starting spot there, but Malloy technically could play it. Probably a couple other guys. Perona could, as Malloy gets fancy with it to the basket. And lead back up to 5 for White. So Lebo loses his dribble, and will somehow get it back. That was Malloy with that diving play for White, but can't get possession. Now in the corner, Aquino fires for 3, no good. Misses his, I think, first 3-point attempt of the game. His first miss of the game. He made 2 in the first quarter. As Goonan gets it, tries to drive, will get out to DeFranco instead. Near the free throw line, misses one off the front of the rim. That one ricocheted right back in the exact same place he was standing, but a little short. And Lane Tech Green will get the possession back. Perona with the basketball, driving, going up for 2. He's going to get called with a charge. And White will get the ball back. Some subs into the game now. Jack Shore and couldn't see the other guy. I think Springer just came in, coming in for Shahid Solibo, Lorenzo Aquino, and Omar Bishalumfa. So, and Grunebaum came in for Green. And Lucas Basil now on the court, and Hayden Matthews for the White team. Basil with it, far side. As Malloy pulls for 3, he's going to miss it. Shooting not super great early on here for Lane Tech, but can be expected really early on in the season. It's just been about 10 or 11 days since tryouts took place, so they've not had a lot of time to practice together. Obviously, these players play through the offseason, but official practices have been at a minimum so far. As Springer backs into Basil and gets it out to Perona. That's going to be a steal by Malloy. We've seen a lot of that tonight. As Malloy goes up, misses it, but the putback is good by Goonan. Malloy on that tight defense is going to be really important for Lane Tech this year. He has a shot, but he's also really able to take the ball on a steal and drive. As that 3 by Ethan Grunebaum is good, his first of the night. And if this Lane Tech team wants to be good this year, they're going to need that man right there to really step up. Ethan Grunebaum going to be leading the team with Malloy and a back-in-your-face 3 from Will Rosenkrantz. And the lead back up to 7 for the White team. Grunebaum with it. Driving, right-hand side, goes up, misses it, rebounded by Basil. 23-16 the score, 2:30 to go in the first half. Basil with it, that's gonna be stolen by Grunenbaum. He's doing a little bit of everything right now. Goes up for two, tried for a little reverse layup there. He's gonna get fouled instead. Looked like at the end he wasn't sure whether to shoot it or pass it to Perona. Gets fouled in the act, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Grunenbaum after that three will convert the first shot. Cut the lead to 6. Not super high scoring, but not super low scoring either. Lane Tech games can really go from anywhere to 40 points being scored, as they did in their season opener, to 60 plus. So we'll see where that scoring average is in a couple of weeks, as second free throw no good. Free throw shooting not been great so far today for Lane Tech. That's something the coach is always hoping to improve, as Matthews pulls for three, just misses it. That would have been his 4th of the day. And Jack Soar will take it. Now Perona gets it, top the key. Zanders misses a three after his first shot was made. Since then, he's gone pretty ice cold. 2 points for number 10 tonight. Rosenkrantz pulls for three, almost airballs it, but gets it just to the side of the rim. Soar pushing the pace, showing it to Perona. Perona for three, got it. Looked like that was gonna go a little to the side. Timeout by the white team, 30-second timeout, but Jack Soar showed exactly what he was gonna do. Pointed it to Perona. White did not shift their defense, and Joseph Perona gets 3 on the scoreboard, and now just a 4-point lead. Coach Villanueva, the varsity assistant coach, leading things for the white team tonight. For Green, Lloyd Walker, the head coach for Green. He's a varsity assistant, and also head assistant coach Mark Hamill on the bench. Legalbo not on either of the benches tonight, just sitting there next to the public address announcer, watching everything go down. As now just a 3-point game, 1:30 to go in the first half. Obviously these games are fun, but the players take it very competitively, as do the coaches. Long pass to Rosenkrantz on the far side. Matthews thinks about taking another three, but he'll bring things out instead. Now he does take that three, and he's good! Money from Hayden Matthews, 12 points on the night for him, and it's a 6-point lead, which I think's been the most common lead for Green tonight once again. Grunenbaum pulls for a three of his own, off the front of the rim, can't get it to go. Springer gets the rebound. He's going to get, travel called on him. That matchup with Basil has been highly favorable to Lucas Basil tonight. He's got a couple inches on him and just outplaying Parker Springer early on tonight. Goonan whiffs it, gets it to Rosenkrantz, pulls for three, no good. The putback by Goonan, no good. He's 1 for 2 on those type of shots, Goonan is, but it's just really impressive to see him going through the paint after those passes and getting those putbacks. That's exactly what the coaching staff wants to see. Now we'll try for a three of his own, no good. Rebounded by Zanders, and Grunenbaum will push the pace for Green. 35 seconds on the clock. Grunenbaum with it, pulls for three, no good. He made 1 3, I think. That's his only 3-point scoring tonight, as they're going to call another travel on Springer, back-to-back possessions. He's kind of just backing into Basil, and in the act, he's committing a travel. Not what Lane Tech wants to see, but that's something they can work on. Only just one more practice, I believe. They'll probably have one tomorrow until they open the season against Jones on Monday evening. It's a 5 p.m. tip-off. As always, we'll have the call here on the Lane Tech Athletics YouTube channel. Sean Malloy with it near midcourt. 8 seconds on the clock. We'll see what he can draw up. Gets it to Matthews. Matthews with the hot hand, goes up for it. No good. Grunenbaum with it. Pulls for three. No good off the top of the backboard. And that will bring us to halftime. 26-20 the score. A 6-point lead for the white team. Most impressive play we've seen from tonight is going to be Hayden Matthews. 12 points off of 4 threes. Good stuff from there. Other than that, we've seen some rocky shooting from Ethan Grunebaum, something he'll want to work on. But as we've mentioned a couple times, first game, we're not expecting the shooting to be great. And yeah, just great to see the fans back, great to see the players back, and we'll be back in a few minutes. A shortened halftime today, just 7:40 on the clock. So we'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes to recap the first half and be ready for some second half action. Thanks for watching. This is Lane Tech Basketball on the Lane Tech Athletics YouTube channel. Back here at Lane Tech, second half action coming up momentarily between Lane Tech green team and Lane Tech white team. Well, Turnix One More Dance team is going to perform, but we'll talk about the game in the background. It's been an exciting first half of action here at Lane Tech. 26-20, not super high scoring, but a 6-point lead for the white team. And the star of the game has been Hayden Matthews so far. 12 points off of 4 threes. I think he's 4 for 6 or 4 for 7 shooting, which is pretty good for your first ever varsity game. Lorenzo Aquino on the other side with 6 points for the green team at the half after, off of 2 points. Kind of two unlikely leading scorers for these two teams. Both are first-year varsity players. Green team obviously has Ethan Grunebaum, who's had somewhat of a quiet game, at least shooting-wise. He's been playing pretty well, bringing the ball up and whatnot. Sean Malloy on the other side. He's been super strong on defense, forcing a bunch of steals. Just has not gotten the ball in the basket as much as Hayden Matthews has. We've seen all 15 guys that are going to play tonight play so far tonight, so we have some first impressions on all of them so far. We won't go through all of them. Some standouts. AJ Zanders, he had the first 2 points of the game. Since then, kind of slowed down, missed I think 3 or 4 shots since then. So he shot like the first 4 shots of the game for Lane Tech green team. So, and then he kind of slowed down, so we didn't get as big of a sample size as I was expecting after those first couple of minutes. But it'll be interesting to see if he comes out and takes some more shots here in the second half, or if head coach Matt Villanueva would rather see him slow things down. Ethan Grunebaum, as we mentioned, kind of a quiet first half, and yeah, just the stars really so far, Matthews and Aquino, as the team currently waiting in the tunnel. A shorter halftime than usual and more halftime performers than usual. So we'll be getting started with second half action a little later than we were expecting, but that's fine. Probably the third game of the night between Lane Tech freshmen and Lane Tech junior varsity boys going to start a little late. That was slotted for 6:30, but 5:50 here, and we've yet to even start the second half of action. Shahid Solibo for the green team has had a couple of nice plays. We weren't sure if he was going to play or not, but he looks all healthy and has been playing pretty decently. He's been playing aggressively, I'll say. He had a couple of turnovers and whatnot because of that, but as a sophomore, still young, still has some time to learn. But he has time to learn, but he's also going to be taking on a big role this year, I'm sure. If I had to make my predictions for the opening day, starting 5, it's definitely going to be Malloy and Grunebaum in the backcourt to go along with probably Jack Shore and Shahid Solibo. That 5th spot is kind of up in the air. I mean, Hayden Matthews might have earned it tonight. However, only problem, he's not super tall. And another player who I've neglected to mention but has been playing very well tonight, Lucas Basil. In that matchup down low with Parker Springer, he's been completely dominating, forcing some travels, gained I think 2 blocks so far tonight. On the other side, we saw him take a drive from the corner. Big guy going from the perimeter in, get fouled, and go 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And he had one other shot he made before, but impressive stuff from Lucas Basil. So if I'm going with my starting 5 right now, this is by no means what's actually going to happen, but my guess would be Jack Shore, Shahid Solibo, Ethan Grunebaum, Sean Malloy, and Lucas Basil off of what we have seen tonight. For the newcomers, as we said, Aquino and Matthews have been pretty well. Looks like we're going to have 2 minutes to warm up for the white and green team now that all the performances are done. But back to the newcomers, we've seen nice performances from Aquino and Matthews. Carson Spencer's done a good job running the point a little bit for the white team. That's been impressive. Also, we have seen, who else have we seen new tonight? Juliano DeFranco has not played a lot, but we've seen a little bit from him. And then Omar Abushalunfa has been solid, no points, but saw nice movement around the court from him. teams on the court. It's interesting. It's funny to see. Usually they'd be practicing different on separate sides, but obviously same team. So we see the two different jerseys warming up together. 1:15 on the clock until we'll get stuff going here in the second half of action. And we have just enough time to get set for next week right now, kind of set the scene. It'll be an opening day matchup against Jones, and we'll just talk about that for a second there. Jones returns they graduate a lot. Nico Rosic, one of the top players on their team, graduated. Lane Tech obviously graduated some talent. They graduated the twin brothers, Aaron and Chris McQueen. However, Jones returns a pair of brothers, Jordan and Devin Boston, I believe. The Boston brothers return this year. Now they're seniors. I was impressed with what they did last year against Lane Tech in that 1-point opening loss to Lane, but it'll be interesting to see how big of a role they take on Monday and how this Lane Tech team is going to react to that first game. And then that first game, they have them right back at it the next day, just 24 hours later against the Englewood STEM team. Then they have Notre Dame on Wednesday, and then Friday against an opponent to be determined. Lots of basketball going to go around starting next Monday and over the next 4 or 5 months. Hopefully 5 months for Lane Tech. Who knows? Maybe they'll make a run in the state playoffs. But looks like we're ready to go here with some second half action. It'll be a white team ball to get things going. Hayden Matthews will inbound it to Sean Malloy, also on the court for white. Basil, Goonan, and Rosenkrantz. Grunebaum, Solibo, Springer, Soar, and Zanders will be your starting five for green. Matthews with it, top of the key, gets it to Malloy. Malloy over to Basil now. And here we see once again Basil working from the outside. Lane Tech really with no one in the perimeter right now. They have like one guy rotating down by the basket, but other than that, mostly guys staying on the perimeter, as Malloy's going to get fouled going up for a shot, and he'll have a chance to extend the lead early on here in the second half. But yeah, that was interesting. I saw some of the plays Lane Tech was working up this week. That was interesting right there with a lot of perimeter play, and seems to be working pretty well. They draw the foul on the drive by Malloy. 26-20. First free throw no good off the back of the rim, and we'll keep it at a 6-point lead for White. White being coached by Villanueva. We might have mixed that up in our halftime, but he's coaching White, and Lloyd Walker and Mark Hamill coaching the green team tonight. Just 33 seconds into this second half as Malloy goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. They were doing pretty good on free throws earlier in practice this week. Big guys are struggling a little, but they've definitely had some struggles from the line here today across both teams. As Zanders is going to get it. That's going to be poked away from Malloy. Malloy a long behind the back pass right into the hands of Solibo, but even though goes it back to the other team, it's impressive to see that tight defense as Springer gets the two to go down low for Green. It's impressive to see that defense from Malloy, who brings the ball up now for White. Long pass to Basil, who's now playing down low. Goes for the quick turnaround two, no good. Goonan gets it down low, and the tip-in is good from him. Second chance shots. He's been all over those second chances today. Playing down low. It's been impressive. He's definitely marked his worth. He had 11 last year in the green and gold game, more than he scored in any regular season game, I think. He's up to 5 right now as Zanders turns around, gets the two to go, his second basket of the game. Made his first basket in the first half, then went cold. We'll see if he can do a little better than that after making his first basket tonight. Zanders tips, it's going to get it. Down low to Solibo, who gets the reverse layup to go, and now just a 2-point lead, 28-26 to score. 6:08 to go in the third quarter of action. Malloy gets it to the baseline, gonna give a pass to Goonan, who's right there under the basket, and now Rosenkrantz will get it. Grunebaum really stepped up that defense on Matthews here. Both teams in man-to-man here, which is the common thing for Lane Tech basketball teams to do. As Malloy now with it, near the top of the key will slow things down. Basil driving, right-hand side. Misses it, left-hand side. But he's going to airball it anyways, and green team will get the ball back with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 2 or 3. Grunebaum The floor general bringing things up. Light defense from Rosenkrantz. Now he steps on. So Lebo missed a perfect chance for a screen there that would have given Grunenbaum an open lane. Now struggling for the ball is Zanders. They'll call a jump ball possession. Arrow points towards green, so they'll keep the basketball. Yeah, so Lebo was right there. Would have had given an open lane to Grunenbaum. Instead, it's going to be a green ball under the basket. Jack Soar going to inbound things here for Lane. And they're going to call, I'm not sure what that was. I think something on Salibo, who was on the ground, must have had a foul under the basket, and Green won't even get the chance to throw it in. Now Malloy bringing the ball up the court for Lane Tech white team. They're hoping to build on that 2-point lead. Far side, Matthews with it, gets it to Malloy. Malloy out to Goonan. Fires for three. That's good. Connection for Stephen Goonan from Sean Malloy. Those two played Illinois Jaguars AAU together a couple years ago. And that connection showing there on the three. 5-point lead once again for Lane Tech White. And they're hoping to make it more right here. Basil dunks it in. 33-26. Pushing it on the other side is Green. Springer gets it out to Soar. So Lebo, after that foul, is going to get things going. Probably will be listed as a forward, but we've seen him hold the ball, show off his handles a couple times tonight as an air ball there from Soar, and white team will get the ball back. Goonan with it, pulls for three. He's got it 2 in a row for the senior. He's up to 11 points on the night, tying his mark from last year's green and gold game. And the lead now up to double digits for the first time tonight, and that lead belonging to the white team. So Lebo far side with it. He's going to try to drive in, gets it out to Grunenbaum, who gets fouled in the act of shooting. Foul going to be called on Will Rosenkrantz, and subs into the game. And after the first free throw, it's going to be Perona, Abushalumfa, and Aquino coming into the game. Walker just subbing in his entire bench when he does subs for most of tonight. One time he did a 2-sub switch, but most of the time it's been 3. Looks like no subs are going to come into the game for White, as first free throw from Grunenbaum, no good. As score stays at 36-26. Grunenbaum just not with a great night offensively. 5 points from him, but we were expecting more, as second free throw is good. Coming out of the game is going to be Soar, Solibo, and Zanders for Abushalumfa, Aquino, and Perona. So your 5 on the court. With those 3 is going to be Aquino and Springer as well. For White right now, Matthews, Malloy, Rosenkrantz, Basil, and Goonan, as the third free throw is good, so it'll be an 8-point game. Malloy gets it down low to Goonan, who's had the hot hand. He throws it off the defender, and white team will keep possession. Goonan definitely, he's the Hayden Matthews of the second half with 2 quick threes here. Less than 5 minutes into the half. A bad inbound by Matthews, but Rosenkrantz will get it. Tight defense here from Grunenbaum. He doesn't even want to let him cross half court, and a foul will be called because of that tight defense. Lane Tech always plays a pretty tight defense. They're just going to have to work on keeping that without fouling heading into this year. As Basil with it near side, give and go with Matthews. That's going to be stolen by Perona. Loses his dribble. Now a pass to Aquino, taken by Malloy. Steals all around here for Lane Tech. Long pass to Rosenkrantz, but tight defense from Springer. They've switched. Oh, no, that was just a switch for a second. I thought for a second that Abushalumfa was covering Basil instead, as Springer eats up the rebound down low. And Green gets the ball back down to 8, 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Driving is Perona, goes up for 2 around the rim and out. Unlucky there. Matthews thinks about it, goes in for 2 instead. The floater no good Rebounded by Green, and the lead at 6 with 8. It's been at 8 for a little while now. We'll see which team is able to break the little scoring drought. Bushalumpha fakes the handoff to Grunebaum, instead gives it to Okino. A little bit of a mismatch here, so he gives it off to Perona. Perona goes the other side of the screen. Now Grunebaum pulls for 3, and he'll miss it. He's trying to get to the double-digit mark with 7 points right now. Would have gotten that to 10, but misses it just barely. Now Goonan goes up for 2. That's going to be a clean block by Ethan Grunebaum. Nice play there by the point guard. Gives it to Okino, drives right-hand side. Nice little layup to his right-hand side. Was holding the ball away from all the defenders. And now a 6-point game, and it's the Green team that breaks the scoring drought. That was like a minute and a half with no baskets for either team. Malloy gets the and one on the left-hand side. And lead back up to 8. Giuliano DeFranco and Carson Spencer going to come into the game for Hayden Matthews and Lucas Basil. DeFranco, he has handles. He can play more of a, I guess you could say, shooting guard type position or so. However, in this team, a shorter team is much more likely to play that big role. As the free throw is good, and the lead now up to 9. 4 fouls already on the half for the white team, excuse me, the Green team, as Aquino tries to repeat his magic. He can't. Ball on the ground, stolen by Perona. He tries to get it. He'll finally pick things up. Now driving the baseline, he's going to get pushed. And just before he went out of bounds, I think he's going to get pushed, and the ball will stay with Green. Perona's been really aggressive tonight, more than we saw him last time. When he gets the ball, a lot of time he's driving, not a lot of outside shots. 5 points to show for it. And Soar gets the ball out of the inbound. In the corner now. Now he pulls for 3 after I say that, misses it, and the lead will stick at 9. White team hoping to expand on that with Spencer in. He'll take over that point guard role. Gets it to JV teammate DeFranco. Now Malloy, spin move, goes up for 2 right in front of the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Perona. Perona and Grunebaum on the court at the same time is an interesting dynamic. Both really point guards. I guess one of them is kind of taking on the shooting guard when the other has the ball, but those two play a very similar position. There's more of a distinction between Malloy and either one of those than there is between those two. And Aquino, just a lot of point guard type guys on the court right now for Lane Tech, and that's what we're talking about. A lot of guards on this team right now. 3 on the court for one team. As Perona gets it under the court, gonna get stuffed by Giuliano DeFranco, but they'll call a foul on him. He thought that was all ball, but they'll say no, and Perona will head to line, hoping to expand on his 5 points tonight. Thanks for joining us. Alex Burstein on the call here from Lane Gymnasium. Nice fan turnout. A couple of the JV and freshman guys went into the locker room, I believe, so thinning out a little bit, but as Perona makes the first free throw. Green team has stayed in this, but they had one little run, but it's really been 6, 8, 10-point leads for White the entire night. As it'll stick at 8 as White gets the rebound. Tight defense here from Perona. Franco kind of fumbles it, and they're going to call a travel on him. But yeah, when Green has really needed to make up those baskets, like right now, they have not been able to convert. We'll see what they can do here. Buzzer beater from Perona is no good. Didn't even realize the clock was expiring there, but that will bring us to the end of 3 quarters of play. An 8-point lead for the White team. They'll hope to close it out just after this. You're watching Lane Tech Basketball on the Lane Tech Athletics YouTube channel. Does Green have a fourth quarter comeback in them? We'll see right now. 39-31, white team leads as we enter the final frame of action, and white team will start with it. Spencer on Aquino. Those two will be fighting against each other for some minutes as the 3 by Rosencrantz is an air ball. Fighting on the ground for it. Basil comes up with it. Spencer gets blocked behind the back by Bush-Alumfa. We've seen a couple bigs. Basil, now Bush-Alumfa. We had one other guy, I think, with a block. Oh, Grunebaum had a block for Green. But that's some encouraging signs for Lane Tech. They'll be the smaller team in a lot of games this year. So if they can get some blocks, that's going to be big for them. DeFranco with it on the perimeter. Gets it top of the key to Rosencrantz. That's going to be taken by Solibo. And the sophomore decides to take things himself. 8-point lead right now for White. Wide open 3 for Perona. No good. He airballs it. 2 shots so far this quarter. Both airballs for Lane. For Lane, Green, and White. As DeFranco gets it here on the near side. Matthews pulls for 3. No good. He's been quiet since that big first half. Soar to Perona. Perona thinks about the 3, decides to drive instead, and he'll get it to go. Learned from his mistake last time, decides to take an easier shot and gets it to go. 39-33, a 6-point lead now for Lane Tech. Excuse me, for Lane Tech White. Come Monday, we might be saying Lane Tech lead. For now, we'll have to stick to the colors. As Jack Soar gets it, he's going to slow things down, wait for his team to get caught up. Soar, a 2-sport athlete, hasn't gotten a lot of shots tonight. Perona has, though, as he misses another 3. 39-33, the score stays. And Spencer will bring things up. Being guarded by Aquino. Tight defense here from Bush-Alumfa and from Solibo. That's going to be poked out of bounds by the sophomore Solibo, and the white team will keep possession, but tight defense there from the green team, keeping White from getting an easy shot to pass to anyone. Matthews inbounds it. That's going to be stolen by Aquino. He has an open lane, goes up for 2. No defense there from Spencer. And the lead, it goes to 4. This might have been the little break green team needed. 39-35. They trail by 4 now. And that's going to be stolen by Perona. Wide open. He'll get the layup to go. Back-to-back easy layups. Timeout called by Villanueva and the white team. And it's a 2-point game, 39-37. We'll keep it right here. I was saying, green team really has not had an they've had opportunities, but they haven't really gone and cut that lead by big margins any time today. And now with those back-to-back layups, they've done just that. It was an 8-point lead, and now after a couple of shots, it is a 2-point lead for White. White's been in control for most of this game. They have not played from behind for much, or I'm not sure at all. So it'll be interesting to see how the strategy changes here. Goonan was hot to start this half. Matthews was hot in the first half. Now we'll see if White has a fourth quarter hero in them. As for Green, it's really been Perona showing that effort. And his aggressiveness has really helped that team on that last steal. And Aquino as well on the shot before them. The aggressiveness just carrying this green team, keeping them still in it. Rosencrantz will inbound things for White, who are in a bit of a scoring drought right here. They'll inbound it to Matthews. Basil gets it, driving up the middle, tries to push it away, they can't, and Soar will have to drive now for Green. The shot here can tie it. It went off the knee of the junior, and it'll go White ball. I guess there was 2 juniors over there, so I should probably clarify. Jack Soar's knee it went off of, so White gets the ball back as they continue to try to get some points on the scoreboard once again. Tight defense here from Aquino. That is going to go off of Spencer. Looked as if Aquino poked it, but you could see on Spencer's face that he knew that went off of him. Soar pushes his teammate aside, said, "You're going to take it up right here." And Aquino on ball handling duties right now for Lane Tech. 2 subs in the game soon for the white team. Far side, Perona with it. Some nice moves, tries to get down low. He can't. Instead, he's going to punch it out to Tsur. Euro step for him. He gets blocked, and it will go right back to white. 5:05 to go in this one. A 2-point lead for the white team. Malloy and Goonan coming in soon for white, and it's going to be Springer and I think Xander's coming in for green. Perona taking Matthews himself here. They're going to give it out to Abushalumfa, who just saves it before it goes out of bounds. Long pass to Xander. Sorry, that's not Xander's coming in. That's Springer. Springer and Grunebaum. Xanders punches out to Aquino for the lead. He gets it! 3-pointer by Lorenzo Aquino and a 40-39 lead. Green takes the lead after playing behind for almost all of today. 4:20 to go in the game. Matthews over to Basil. Basil, far side. Gets it to the top to Rosenkrantz. That's going to be a missed shot. Despite Lane Zach not having a lot of height, it seems like when they're driving, especially on the green team, there's a forest of hands up there trying for blocks. Xanders misses the 3. That would have been a big one to extend the green lead. Instead, white will have a chance now to take the lead. Feels weird saying that after the big leads they've built up today. Tight defense here from Perona. He pokes it away. And sub's going to come into the game right now. That's going to be Springer and Grunebaum for Abushalumfa, and not sure who it's going to be because of a timeout. But 40-39 the score, 3:47 to go. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching Lane Tech basketball on the Lane Tech Athletics YouTube channel. .347 to go. Not even an official matchup, but still very competitive here in the green and gold game. 1 point green leads by, as white playing from behind for the first time today. Matthews gets it in the corner to Spencer for 3. He's got it! A 3 from Carson Spencer. Hits it when he needs to. His first points of the game. And a 42-40 lead. Not super high scoring for either team, but definitely competitive. Aquino almost gets trapped in the corner, but dribbles out of it. Now Grunebaum gets it top the key. Ball movement around the perimeter for Lane Zach. Down low. Xanders goes up, no good. Malloy will get it. Malloy pushing the pace, gets it to Goonan. Goonan for 3. He's got it! 45-40, a big shot there for the white team. Their lead back up to 5, and Green has not played well from behind this. Green has not played well from behind this game. They had that one run, but another shot from white might just about do it, as Aquino misses the 2, and a big possession coming up right here from the white team. Goonan with the hot hands, gonna drive, go up for 2, misses the shot, but he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2. As we were saying, Lane Tech has been Lane Tech green team has been trying to fight back from like 8, 9, 10-point deficits all day, and they have not had much avail. They do it once and take the lead, as first free throw from Goonan is good. But now, questionable if they'll have enough time to do that again. Tsur and Aquino check out of the game for Perona and Solibo. We'll see if there's any more substitutions in the game the rest of the way out. Second free throw, no good. And Solibo will take on a guard role and bring things up, even with Grunebaum and Perona on the court. Solibo for 3, no good. He's had a somewhat quiet game scoring-wise. 6 points for the sophomore. He obviously wanted more, but He's had some other contributions. Basil for 3. No good. That would have been a big one for Lane Tech White, as foul going to be committed by Will Rosenkrantz. That's going to just be the 3rd foul for the white team, so they're not even close to being in the bonus. Right now, green has 5 fouls, so 2 more, and they will be in the bonus, and white will be in the bonus. We'll see if they get down to fouling on purpose. Grunenbaum tries to spin on Goonan, gets higher than him despite the height, but misses the shot. Had a good opportunity there, and now white will push things the other way. Nice pass down low to Basil, but he can't recover it. Now Perona, 3-on-2. He takes them all himself. Now out to Grunenbaum for 3. No good, air ball. That will be taken by Goonan going the other side. Goonan up for 2, gets it to go. An 8-point lead with just 1:20 to go. That could have been the dagger. Perona pulls for 3. He's got it. 48-43, 5-point game. Just as I say, it might be over. We still have ourselves a game, folks. Malloy pushing the pace. 1:09 on the clock. Malloy drives up the middle, goes up for 2, and 1. Sean Malloy. Parker Springer with the blocking foul. He does not like that call, but it will stand. And Sean Malloy with the chance to make it an 8-point game once again. He's quietly put himself together an 11-point game. It's been 42 points from Malloy, Matthews, and Goonan for the white team. As Malloy can't complete the 3-point play, but he'll get his own rebound. Now goes up for 2, and will get called with a charging foul on Malloy. So now Green will get the ball back. It is a 3-possession game, assuming they can hold Green on it's a 3-possession game for Green, assuming they can hold White on 3 possessions. Can they do that? Not sure. Clock was running even though Green had not touched the ball yet. Now Grunenbaum gets it, driving, right-hand side, gets it easy to go. White just does not want to fall right now. They can afford a couple of shots, especially if they score here. That's going to be stolen by Perona. So Lebo, and 1. Responds with an and 1 of his own. And now a 3-point game, a chance to make it a 2-point game with 44.3 seconds to go. You forget how quickly these games can swing in high school, as Solibo cannot complete the 3-point play. That's something Lane Tech's definitely going to want to work on, as Malloy loses the ball, but they're going to say it goes off of Green. But that's really going to be something they want to work on, those free throws, sometime this weekend, really, before Battle of the Bridge next week. Full timeout called by Green, up by 3, 39 seconds to go, so they really need a stop here. They've had a couple stops in big positions. A lot of times they've not been able to do that, but we'll see what they can do here. Probably, 3 possessions left between the 2 teams, so that would be 2 for White and 1 for Green, hypothetically. Though if Green gets a stop here, and, you don't have a super hot shooter right now for Green. It's been a pretty balanced effort. There's been 9 from Grunenbaum, 8 from Solibo, 12 from number 20, Lorenzo Aquino, off a couple of threes. I guess you could give it to him, but I'm guessing if they get the ball with more than 25 seconds left, Green's probably going to be pushing the pace and get a 2 or a 3 and then have another chance, if possible, if they stop White. We'll see what they do. Obviously, no shot clock yet in Illinois High School Association basketball, but it looks like there may be some progress being made on that. I'm sure we'll talk about that on another broadcast this season. This is just the start of it, folks. A busy slate for Lane Tech over the next few months. We've got the Chicago Elite Classic, Proviso West Holiday Tournament, obviously Battle of the Bridge. Very tough conference schedule as always. But back to this game, Matthews going to inbound it. Long pass to Malloy, who gets it. He's going to go up for 2 and get fouled. Grunenbaum right there to pick him up, and that was kind of just what White wanted. Looked as if Malloy was kind of having a weird walk there, but looks like he is going to be okay. 50-47 the score. A 3-point lead, and White can almost put it away here. White is now in the bonus as well. Should Green want to foul them after this. First free throw from Malloy is good. 51-47 the score, a 4-point lead. 36.7 seconds left, so Green definitely does have the chance for 2 possessions. However, they're going to have to score on the first one. Second free throw is good as well. Malloy hits them when they count. 52-47 the score. Sanders with the ball gets it to Solibo. Solibo tries to pass it. That's going to go off of, I think, Basil, and then it hit the back of the backboard, but Green will keep the ball. 26.8 seconds to go. They need a quick shot here. Grunenbaum pulls for 3, airballs it, rebounded by White. Gunin's going to get it. Solibo's going to try to poke it free. They'll finally get a foul. I think Springer's going to get called with it. Springer thought it was a double dribble from Rosenkrantz, but he won't get it. And now heading to the line with a chance to finish things off will be Steven Gunin. Seems to really always shine in these green and gold games. 11 last year. He's up to 17 tonight. Can make it 19 here if he makes both and really end the game. 1 and it's still a 2-possession game. And 0 and it's still a 2-possession game. So, sorry folks, forgot to move the camera there. But Perona's going to throw for 3, no good. Zanders gets it. Perona once again in the corner, bad pass, and White gets the ball back with 7 seconds left. It's a scrimmage. We'll see if Green decides to foul here, if they're going to let the ball go. 6:25 the time, so third game of the night will get started a little late. They are going to foul Gunin with 5.4 seconds left. Green running out of time here to make anything important. They would need 2 shots in 5.4 seconds at least, and they'd probably both have to be threes, assuming Gunin can make at least one of these. He is just in the single bonus, so 1 and 1. He could miss the first one. You almost want to miss the first one here. Gets the clock running and likely puts an end to the game. He will, he'll make it. Looked as if that was going to fly out, but takes a lucky bounce. 53-47 the score. 4.4 seconds to go. Second shot good as well. 54-47. That should just about do it. 2 seconds. Grunenbaum's going to heave one up for 3. He won't get it, and that will be the end of the game, folks. 54-47, the final score here from Lane Gymnasium tonight. Great to be back on the call. We saw some nice performances. Hayden Matthews, Steven Gunin really showed off tonight. Some nice stuff from Lucas Basil. Parker Springer had some nice spots. Shahid Solibo, a lot of players. Oh, and Joseph Perona, we can't mention, played very well for the green team. We will be back in action Monday night, 5 p.m. tip-off against Jones College Prep. First official game of the season, as Lane Tech will hope to start the year 1-0. But until then, we are going to sign off for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Your final score here from Lane Gymnasium. Lane Tech White Team 54, Lane Tech Green Team 47. Thanks for joining us. Good night.